Hi guys, I'm here today to show you how to do Ariel the Little Mermaid makeup. I've had a few requests for how I do my Little Mermaid makeup because a lot of people have liked it, which I find really flattering. I've tried doing loads of different versions of this for so long. So as you can see, I donned my very old Ariel wig that I just very quickly teased into her bangs so that it resembles her again, just to show you the finished look. So here we go. Here's how I do my... Okay, so the first step for Ariel the Little Mermaid inspired makeup for costuming is that you will need a really good primer. I use Avon's Magic Face Perfector. As you can tell, I'm seriously running out, so I'm going to skip this step. But yeah, I really do. And then if you have any blemishes or anything, which is the first step I'm going to skip straight to, is using a really good cover stick, antibacterial preferably, and foundation after you've done the primer. I'm using a Miss Sporty So Clear cover stick. So basically all you need to do is put on places that look more kind of red in your uneven skin tone than compared to the rest of your places. So as you can see, I've just dabbed it on. You can use any kind of foundation brush or concealer brush. I just use, as you can see, it's very well used. I ought to get a new one ready, but hey, just for this tutorial, whatever. Yeah, so basically I just use a sponge because I find that the sponges just kind of give you a more look compared to the brushes, really, but that's all down to personal preference. Also the face protector, if you use it before putting on this, will help with any shine that you have on your face. And so will the foundation. So yeah, that's that done. Then afterwards, use a really good foundation, one that matches your skin really well. I really highly recommend, because I have really pale skin. I use Miss Sporty Perfect Stay, or up to 14 hours, So Matte foundation in shade 01 Ivory. This I really recommend for really pale skin, because it gives a really nice even coat. Just put, all you need to do is just put a little bit there on your hand, and then with your sponge or your foundation brush just dab a bit on, and then evenly apply. And what's really good about this particular foundation is that it evens out all your skin tone. So if your skin tone is slightly different in slightly places, it will match your skin tone, so it looks completely natural, but it will also help give you an even skin tone. How it does it, I don't know, Disney magic. So yeah, and I'll just basically put that around all over. And then put some down the neck. Because I find so many girls, they'll put it round the face and they'll stop right there. And you just get this this really bad foundation line, which is not good. So basically you just apply it down the neck to as far as you need to go for where your costume neckline finishes. It just helps to make your face look like it's got no foundation on it, and look a lot more even. Make sure to get right in by the ears, because sometimes I forget. Okay, so the next step after the foundation will be a really good eye primer. I always go for the eyes next. For my eye primer, I find this is just as good as any other expensive eye primer. As you'll see in this tutorial, I never use really expensive brands. I think the most expensive I have is Avon, seriously. Seriously, cheaper stuff works just as good as the really expensive stuff. So, but again, it's personal preference. I've personally found I've got exactly the same look, exactly the same decent coverage and pigmentation of eyeshadows and eyeliner on the cheaper brands as other people have with, say, MAC. So yeah, my eye primer that I use is Makeup Academy from Superdrug Pro Base Eye Primer. You can see it comes in a wand, really basic, clear colouring, nothing special, but really, really good stuff. I actually really recommend this. I've actually also got, just to show comparison, I also have a Rimmel Exaggerate eyeshadow primer, as you can see, that I got before Makeup Academy brought out their eye primer, and to be honest, Makeup Academy sticks eyeshadow so much better than the Rimmel. So there you go. Again, I'm running short of everything. So yeah, all you basically do is just dab the eye primer on all over the eyelid and up to the eyebrow bone. Like so, just really generously apply it, and I always make sure that I apply it from the tip, from the bottom part of my eyebrow all the way down to the outside of the eye, and then I continue that all the way down onto the lower lid, just like that. Lower lid never needs as much as the eyebrow bone, and the great thing about this primer is that by the time you finish the second eye, this eye's all ready for putting on your eyeshadow. Fantastic. It's really, really quick. So yeah, just basically. Okay, so once the primer's go on to mascara. Now, I always put on mascara after I've done my primer, mostly because mascara can be a bitch to dry. So sometimes it depends on people, basically. So yeah, I always put on my mascara first. Also, if you make a mistake, it's really easy to just wipe off if you do all your eyeshadow first, then do the mascara, and then you'll find, like, you'll blink and you'll get a bit of mascara right here in the highlighter, and then you got to wipe it all off, all the highlighter off, and start all over again. So yeah, I really recommend doing mascara first. So just the mascara, sorry, I forgot to say, the mascara that I use is Avon Super Shock. This gives really great volume, and it also adds length. And I find with this, for my eyelashes, I don't need to buy full size eyelashes afterwards. One, I don't really like them anyway, so this is perfect. If you hate using fake eyelashes or you can't get on with them, I really recommend getting a really good lengthening mascara and you'll be fine, to be honest, because no one's going to be looking at your eyelashes for a costume. So just apply quite like generously but evenly, making sure not to clump anything. If you see my arm doing this, it's because I've got all of my makeup here in the way. So yeah, my arm's going to be at a really odd angle. As you can see, it's a really, really lovely mascara. You're probably wondering why I didn't do my lower lashes. The reason why is I used a different one for my lower lashes because it's such a thick wand. So for my lower lashes, you can't actually tell because look, this is how much I've used it. It's completely worn away, but it's a Miss Sporty volumizing one, but it's a much smaller wand. So I always use this for the lower lashes, just very, very, very loosely, just because it shows up my lashes, but because it's a smaller wand, it doesn't go everywhere, which is great. So yeah, that's that done. Right, so the next step is eyeshadow. Now you can do this several ways. A lot of people use really like corally colours for Ariel. You can use kind of more skin tone natural colours. Yeah, you can do it any kind of way really. One way I don't recommend is using greens and purples and blues and all of that lot, because in my personal opinion it looks a bit raggy. I'm sorry if I offend anyone for saying that, but that's just my personal opinion, and anyone who knows me knows how much I adore Ariel, so I'm very, very picky. But yeah, so basically, eyeshadow brush, I use one of these. It doesn't say what size it is. It came with a beauty set from Boots, I think, either Boots or Superdrug. I got it given to me, so I don't know what size or anything, but basically it's the L&B range from either Boots or Superdrug, and it just says 4 eyes. So it's a really, really lovely soft brush. So yeah, I just use this, and what I do is I use eyeshadow. I use this colour. It looks quite white on the webcam, but it's really a nice beigey, creamy colour. I just use this very, very lightly on the brush as like a base for the eyeshadow. So I just pat it on really, really light. It just helps to lighten up. I mean, you can just about sort of see a difference on this webcam. I'm really hoping this webcam will help with this makeup tutorial. So yeah, just basically put that. It just really softens the eyebrow look. The eyebrow? The eyelid. Jeez, what am I on today? Okay, then after that, I get from my old Hello Kitty by H&M eyeshadow palette. This is actually discontinued now. I've had this for quite a while, but the eyeshadow colours are still perfect. I use this palette for Ariel, Rapunzel, I even use it for Meg from Hercules. I use it in everyday stuff. I use it for my pin-up looks. I use it for everything. It's a fantastic palette. It really is. So then I basically use, if I can not get my finger in it, this shimmery cream colour. So yeah, I use this nice shimmery cream colour. Just place it on the brush like so. And then I use it across the centre part of the eyelid. So basically just that bit. Because sometimes I do put it down into the inner corner. It all depends on what you feel like doing. Which today actually I think I might actually do, because it's a gorgeous shimmery colour. But it's not over the top shimmery, so but it just gives you this nice out of the water glow on your eyes, and I find it really opens the eyes up as well. So yeah, just put that kind of up to the like eye socket bone. Just right up. And then just again place it down across the lower lid. Again, to only halfway. Only half. So yeah. Yeah, you can't really see, but okay. So after that, I use now another Hello Kitty by H&M makeup kit, as you can see. Anyway, so just open the palette, and then we use this bronze, which you can tell I use a lot. I just dropped that out. So yeah, just dab the bronzer on, the bronzer colour, and then all you need to do is place it not completely to the end, but just to the end of where you put the really light beige colour. So you need to put it along there and into my socket bone. So yeah, just place it quite generously, and then into the eye socket. And what this will do, this will create depth. As you can see, it's starting to show. And I mean, these colours are great if you're getting photos taken, because you can just apply these really heavily. So that they really give you definition in photos, but it won't make you look like you're in drag at the same time. Okay, so after that, then I use this darker brown. Now this is going to look like it's far too brown for Ariel, but believe me, once you get the blending in, it will look fine. Trust me, I use this technique all the time. So yeah, so then what you need to do is basically place, let me just put a dab of the really dark brown onto the outer corner of the eye, and blend it into that bronzy colour all the way around of the eye socket. So yeah, don't fret, I know this looks far too dark for Ariel, but don't fret. And then with this darker brown, bring it down and around into the lower socket. It just helps to define the eye, and like I said, once you get the highlighter in for the eyebrow bone and all around, it blends it all in and it tones it down, but it still gives you definition. So yeah, just basically do the same on the other eye. So yeah, it also, I find putting the darker brown onto the lower lid helps kind of give you an eyeliner effect, but without without having to use really dark black eyeliner. So you get the effect that the eye's been lined, but not so heavy, so it looks better. So yeah, just put it right into the eye socket, stretch it out, so you're blending it into the bronze. Like so. And as you can see, it looks far too dark. So this is where the no fret comes into. So I use Makeup Academy's shimmer eyeshadow, except here it looks black, like matte. And this is okay, it's super blurry, but it's shade 1, and it's called Pearl. It's just so perfect for Ariel. So yeah, and then I always start up here in the top of the eyebrow bone, because that's where you want the majority of the highlight. So you just bring that down, blend it all the way down into the tear duct and up into and I don't have a blending brush, but this brush blends perfectly. And I just bring it all the way down, because that will lighten the brown eyeliner. So yeah, you can see you get just that nice bit of shadow, but it's not over the top. As you can see, you got this nice, and this dark brown also just, it really brings the other colours out. Sometimes you can use white shimmer highlighter, which I do for the tear ducts, if I could find it. Yeah, so sometimes I use Moir's white shimmer. Again, it's called shade 2 Pearl. Why this is called shade 2 and that shade 1, when most companies consider shade 1 lighter, I have no idea. So yeah, I'll just show you what this white looks like. So yeah, it's like really, really white. But if you really want to make your eyes pop, you just basically put it into the tear duct and then stretch it across the eye like so. And as you can see, the difference, it really, even from a distance, it really makes the eyes pop. So I'll do that again. Again, just blend that white into the previous highlighter you used. Because it just helps make it not look like you're using two different highlighters. I sometimes find just stretching it into the eyebrow bone, when you blend it in right there, kind of helps, because that really makes it pop, but without being over dramatic. Okay, so once all that's done, oh yeah, you can also bring it just down here a bit, but I haven't. Yeah, so once you've done that, now's the time for eyeliner. So yeah, I just use Makeup Academy waterproof eyeliner, because I don't know if any of you other girls have this kind of problem, but every now and then I'll get on the outer corner of my left eye, it will weep, like it'll just water a bit, and that is a bitch to deal with when you're princessing, trust me. So I always use waterproof eyeliner because it helps make it last just a little bit longer. Again, I just use black because it will help make your eyelashes look fuller as well. So all you do, I'm really sorry it looks like I'm at an angle, but I've got my mirror like just there. So right, so you just basically place it. I've always placed it from the center, and then I go out. So some people use pencil eyeliner first to draw out the wing, but I've done it so many times, and I do it in my everyday makeup that I don't need to. So you just carefully do it in little sweeps if you're not that confident, or if you just really want to do it. So then just basically pull the eye so it's taut. Especially if you want it to go up a bit. Now, the one thing to remember for princesses like Ariel, who else is another good one? Snow White would be a good one. Belle, and characters like Tinkerbell and stuff like that. They don't have over-exaggerated winged eyeliner looks when they're drawn, or in the films, or even in the parks. They don't have this crazy wing effect. So you want to do it so it's small, but so it kind of gives this eyelashy effect, which they are so famously drawn for. Aurora's even the same. Like, she has like this crazy flick on her eyes, which I'm guessing is meant to represent her eyelashes. So I just do it very, like, as you can see, it's very small to begin with. It barely comes out of the dark brown shadow. But then I come out from the bottom corner of the eye, and I go up from the bottom, and I just lightly brush a guideline, and then I fill it in as I draw the flick, and keep it really, really subtle as well. If not, it just makes the eyeliner look seriously clumpy. So there you go. That's as far as you want to go. It literally just goes just past the dark brown eyeshadow. So, but as you can see, it's really subtle, but it still opens the eye. So once you've concentrated on that, you just go back to the center of your eye and finish the eyeliner. And remember that as you go, get finer with the strokes as you get further into the tear duct, because you don't want it to be really, really thick. If you were doing, say, Jasmine, then, or even Meg, that's fine. Like, you can go slightly thicker. If you go for the general princesses, just keep it really, really fine. So as you can see, you can kind of barely see it. So yeah. So basically, what you want to do is go to the end of where your eyelashes start and go over it so you get this really nice look. But then keep it really, really fine right into the tear ducts. I mean, I don't think I can even really get close enough. See, as you can see, I mean, it looks really thick because of the shadowing, but... And then... my eye's already starting to go. So then just do the same on the other eye. which I will try and be really quick. So once that's done, then what I do is I just get a bog standard black pencil eyeliner. This is Marks and Spencer's one. Again, it's super old and word of advice, sharpen it, but I'm not going to for this. And then all I do is I just put this in very, very lightly just onto the outer corners. So basically, if I use the webcam so you can see, so I just put it on very, very lightly and just stop to just before halfway, and that just really opens the eye out. After that, you're gonna want to fill in your eyebrows. Now with this you can have a bit of creativity. Some people do red eyebrows because of the red wig. I personally do blonde, mostly because I like to keep it real rather than completely animated. And being a natural redhead, which you can probably tell, I know redheads don't get born with red eyebrows, okay? I'm speaking from experience here. As you can see, my natural eyebrows are blonde, but I'm a natural redhead. So I use, again, it's Makeup Academy. Yep, use eyebrow from Makeup Academy, and it's called Blonde. It is actually called Blonde. In reality, you're going to want to keep that stupidly sharp. So, and then just get this pencil and very lightly brush this on. So I'll do the left first. So it's got a bit of arch. So yeah, just basically do the eyebrow. So that's the left one filled in against the one that's not. So as you can see, it still keeps it a natural eyebrow lash cutter, but it just fills it in and just makes it a lot more defined. So do the same again with this. But yeah, so after you've done that, what's really great about these is that they actually come with a brush. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit and need to clean it out. So let me just do that. One advice, don't do it on your hand like I do because it gets clumped up. But yeah, so just clean it up a bit, and then with this brush I just use the very corner of it, and then I just brush the eyebrows. And what that does, that just smooths down all your pencil line and makes it blend in better. Okay, so after the eyebrows, that's basically the basic makeup done. Then I go into I go into then doing the back to the face, the main face. So what I do is I get bog standard bronzer. You can use any bronzer, to be honest. This is where I'm so tight for cash that I use stuff from Poundland. This is my everyday bronzer. I literally swear by this. For me, for pale skin, this is great because it doesn't go on too heavy to begin with, and you can layer it up to get the right shade of contouring that you want. So yeah, I use this. It's called Chit Chat Bronze in Pearls. I always use pearls. I never use powder because I don't like it. The only problem with pearls is that they go everywhere if you're not careful, and then you sit on them and that's not cool. Okay, right, so just get, again, this is from my LB range, for face. It's just box standard bronzer brush, and then just basically go where your cheekbone is, and then just lightly brush up and down, and as you can see on here it comes out quite pale, but in reality it's actually quite dark. So if I turn about here, this is the reality shade here, but my webcam is crap, so yeah, just make sure all the pearls are out of the brush, because you don't want the pearls out in there. And again, just do the same on the other side. So you just basically keep brushing it up and down. If you've got like my shape face, quite a overly shaped face, then you want to do basically the 2-finger rule. So from the edge of your lips, place 2 fingers, and that's as high up as you want to stop the bronzer. Don't go too far up down, because you'll just make your face look round. And with Ariel, because she's got quite a slender face, you want to make sure that you actually make your face look slimmer and really bring out the cheekbones, because Ariel, let's face it, has killer cheekbones. So you're technically not meant to do this, but I just give a very light dusting around the face. This you're technically meant to do with like blush, but I just give it a very, very light brush around so that the bronzer kind of blends in. Okay, so after you do your bronzer, which as you can see, you get this like killer cheekbone look. So after that, you want to use a blush. Now I use all kinds of blushes, but at the moment, as sad as this really seems, I've actually started using my Monster High blush that's in a kind of cappuccino colour. It doesn't have a colour name, it's just more of a brown, kind of like a brownie pink if I take off the lid. But yeah, I mean, I've got other blushes in here. In fact, this Hello Kitty one that I used earlier for the eyeshadow, if I can unblock it, that also has blushes. And for a lot of time I used this really pale peachy colour that actually has some gold shimmer in it, and it's got like underlying pink undertone, so you can use that for Ariel as well. But today I'm going to use my Monster High. So you just very dabbly, I use the same bronzer brush, very dabbly, lightly press it on thing and apply it very lightly on the apples of your cheeks and up, and just blend that into the bronzer, and it gives you a little bit of colour without being too much. And then that's your basic face done. Right, for her lips, this can range to whatever suits you. I personally, I go for film accurate, because I've got this thing about red pin-up lips. I think they look amazing, and I also think that that's one of Ariel's most striking features that goes with her hair. But you can use like a darker pink, you can use a dusky pink if you want to go for the more park version. You can go for like an in-between kind of pinky red, like it's completely up to you, it's just personal preference. But I personally, I love going for, I go for an Avon, and it's called Chili. So just basically take it off, and as you can see, it looks kind of brown on the webcam for some reason, but it's this really nice, gorgeous, vibrant red, and it's slightly darker than the wig, but it blends so lovely. It is a stunning colour, as you will see later on. So before you do the lipstick, you want to line your lips, and I cannot stress how important this is when it comes to red lipsticks and really vibrant lips, because if not, the colour after a while it will bleed and it doesn't look good. So always line your lips first with a matching lip colour, lip liner, or one that matches as close as possible. You can go for slightly darker or you could go for slightly lighter. It's completely up to you, but I would personally either go for a dead-on match colour to give that really nice, neat colour. Again, I use Moi and lip liner, and it's called Brooding Plum. It's a really awesome colour. As you can see, it's super dark and it's super awesome. I love this colour. I use this for a lot of my lippies. So all you do is just, how is it? Now I sound like Sebastian. You got to pucker your lips and look at this. Right, so sometimes you get it wrong, but if you want, you can also put a little bit of lip balm on your lips to get them really smooth, but today I don't need to, so just line just on the outside of your lips. Like, and follow it down. And just match it up and see. So as you can see, it's all aligned. I sometimes just get the lip liner and I just fill in this part of my lip, only because sometimes when you go in with the lipstick only, it can come out really heavy and you end up looking like the Joker, which happens a lot. So yeah, I use the lip pencil to fill in that inner part. So you get your lipstick. If you're really brave and you can apply it really well, you can just straight off apply it with the lipstick. I, however, don't do that. And my lip brush, again from it's a really fine brush that has a nice tip to it, and then you just brush the brush around onto the top of the lippy, like that. So you got lipstick there. I'm going to keep that away from my elbow, and then just basically paint. Let me show you. Your lips. Like so. So I'm just gonna finish this top bit like so. If you wonder what that bit was, it's my battery dying. And then just close the lips together and place. So then you got a good base colour on your like lower lid as well. And then actually I've got enough on there. And then just do the same with the lower lip. And just really make sure you stay in the lines. It's like you're learning to paint by painting by numbers again. It's exactly the same thing. And then just do that, and then if it kind of fades after you kind of blotted your lips together, you can just, with the brush, just go over it until you're happy. And as you can see, you get this really lovely, neat red lip look. And this is basically a pin-up, a vintage pin-up look, inspired pin-up look, which is the fantastic thing about Ariel, and it's the one thing I love so much about her, is that it's basically pin-up makeup. But you just get to have a bit more fun with it with shimmery colours rather than matte. So let me just clean my brush. And that is it. That is the finished look. So I really hope this helps you. If you have any questions, just comment below, and I'll see you all soon, hopefully with some more makeup tutorials. If you have any requests, let me know, okay?